haven't really had that opportunity to do so. So an impressive performance for them. Fort Wayne champs have to think chemistry-wise they have an advantage. So many of these guys have played together for the Fort Wayne Mad Ants. But we'll see if it matters. Yesterday it did not. Illinois BC looked really, really good. I expect this to be a really good game with a lot of up and down, a lot of action, some really good scoring players in this game today.
And my heart rate is still up from that finish in the Big X Primetime Players game from just earlier today. So we'll see how this one goes.
Like this matchup here, Julian Mavunga, more of a power forward going against Isaiah Johnson.
Well, there's Steph Hicks with the putback.
Really just taking off from where he left off yesterday. Steph Hicks in the right position.
There he is.
Really had a nice game in yesterday's first round action.
There's Jordan Price, the 39-point scorer with a careless turnover. Tradeon Hollins keeps it for Travis Leslie.
You got to always be watching Tradeon Hollins, a guy that's 6th all-time in Summit League history in steals, despite just playing for 2 years in the Summit League.
Off the mark on the three-point shot. It's saved by Isaiah Big Dog Johnson. Here's Brent Arrington on the drive. Pretty left-hand finish.
But just a nice job of changing pace. You see the dribble hesitation. Really an impressive take there by Brent Arrington.
Here's Mavunga. They are clearly aware of that matchup.
Well, he's going to have opportunities to shoot because Isaiah Johnson cannot come out and guard him. He had his hands full yesterday with Royce White, did a pretty nice job. Julian Mavunga, another player who can also put it on the floor and shoot the three, as you saw right there.
28 years old, he was born in Zimbabwe. Maurice Briggs covered up. Here's Johnson, the 2017 MAC Player of the Year at Akron. Tough work on the glass.
Well, that's what Isaiah Johnson needs to do. Make that so that Julian Mavunga has to guard you right back here. But if you don't get back, Steph Hicks and this Fort Wayne champs team is coming right back at you.
You heard Jen Hale talk to Ricardo Hill, Illinois BC's head coach, before tip. He's mic'd up today, as is Tyler Marsh, the head coach for the Fort Wayne champs. Lots of sound coming in. We'll take you inside the huddles, too, at timeouts. Great pass by Johnson. Great finish by Maurice Briggs.
Nice drive, Isaiah Johnson dropping the dime off Maurice Briggs with a nice up and under finish.
Just keep a hand up, keep a hand up, keep a hand up, playing right. Keep a hand up, playing right, playing right.
There's that scouting right there. You hear Ricardo Hill saying keep Steph Hicks going right.
That's going to be a really fun matchup to watch with Trey McKinney-Jones guarded by Marcus Lewis.
There's that dime. Really pretty seeing the big fella put it on the floor, find his guy.
And thinking about what Ricardo Hill said, how these Illinois BC guys want to get to the G League level someday, like a lot of these Fort Wayne champs players. The NBA is watching TBT this year. And if Isaiah Johnson shows a skill set like that, I mean, it's an audition for him.
No, absolutely. It's an audition for everybody that's out here. You are really testing yourself against some very good players that play not only in the G League, but also overseas. Every time you play basketball at this level, you have to think of it as an audition.
Mavunga grabs that one for Fort Wayne.
Get back, slow him up. Rebound, rebound, Mo.
All day for Hicks. Yes.
Got the roll. But transition basketball going to be a key throughout this game. Fort Wayne doing a nice job early of pushing the tempo and finding some good shots from the perimeter.
Hicks scored 29 yesterday, so he earned that.
Get ready for a full dosage of Jordan Price. He misses that layup there. He's going to find a way to score the ball.
Some early frustration for Jordan Price, who made a lot of things look easy last night.
No, it looked too easy for him last night. We talked about the stat line, 39, 8, 6, and 4 steals. He had it going, dominated a very talented Hilton Magic Legends team.
You were avidly hoping for the first triple-double in TBT history.
Yeah, I wanted to be a part of it. He stopped passing, though.
Leslie throws it wild into the corner.
That's one of those, that's the right idea, but you leave your feet to pass. And you find yourself, a lot of times, getting yourself in trouble.
Motion high low, motion high low. Motion, 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 run it all.
One spot remaining in the Super 16 out of the Midwest region. We saw the 12 seed primetime players in the Midwest already move on to the Super 16. Can the 14 seed Illinois BC be another double-digit seed to move on?
That was a great possession by Illinois BC there. You get multiple ball reversals, then you get a skip pass, and you find your best athlete playing off of a closeout. Marcus Lewis doing a nice job attacking the defender who's coming at him to really defend against a potential three-point shot.
The early scouting report on Illinois BC was that they needed some size in order to really contend at TBT. There's 6'11" Chad Posthumus, who is definitely added some size to Illinois BC's roster. They have a great big man 1-2 combo right now. A couple of late additions to the roster going into the tournament.
No, I thought Posthumus was solid yesterday. 8 points, really battled against a team in Hilton Magic that has great size. So we see Julian Mavunga, nice little Euro step. But size is not going to be an issue for Illinois BC. They passed the airport test at this point. You also have some big guards. A lot to like about both of these teams.
Price is 0 for 3.
Got 3 good looks, too.
Off the fingertips of Trey McKinney-Jones. Illinois BC certainly did not play like a 14 seed last night, and it's their first year in the tournament. And the selection committee weighs factors in determining the seeding, like name recognition and like tournament track record. So Illinois BC doesn't have either of those two things, and perhaps that's why they got a higher seed.
You have to think you know who they are now. After last night's destruction of the Hilton Magic Legends, they're not going to fly under the radar next year if they want to play.
Mavunga lobs it to Leslie. He fires. Price the rebound.
I love that Julian Mavunga is pushing the ball, though. As a 4-man, you can take it off the glass, really put pressure on the defense.
A developed game plan for Fort Wayne in the early going, and that shot altered by Mavunga. Fort Wayne is really running up and down the floor. What a pass to Mavunga. Book it.
That's going to be an issue for Illinois BC guarding. You've got a 5-man in Julian Mavunga that can spread the floor and also put it on the floor. So you look at guys like Chad Posthumus, Isaiah Johnson, they're going to have a hard time containing him, especially if he's going to knock down shots from the perimeter.
8 points, 2 quick rebounds for Mavunga in the first quarter. Posthumus over Mavunga.
It's exactly what you got to do. You got to go right back at him and take advantage of the fact that he is undersized, cannot guard either of the 2 guys I just mentioned.
Both of these teams, based on what we saw in their first round matchups, love to run up and down the floor. Mavunga left alone. Steph Hicks.
Just so active. You love the fact that he's always around the ball. He rebounds, he crashes the offensive glass. Also a very active cutter. We saw him last night. Tip dunk on somebody. He is a really good player.
Had a great 4-year career at Cal State Northridge. He's from Southern California. Hollins nearly picked that one away.
Good extra pass.
Devin Carter makes Fort Wayne pay.
Devin Carter, instant offense last night off the bench. Knocked down 2 threes in a hurry, and right there again, subs in the game, making his presence felt.
Easy money there for Travis Leslie.
Well, we've seen Illinois BC sub, and right there it just looked like they were not sure who they were guarding. Cannot happen in a second-round TBT game.
It was like watching a line change in hockey. Carter around the screen. No roll from Posthumus. He stays outside the arc. Talk about playing above the rim. Hicks does that.
No, Hicks definitely does that. There are some athletes on the floor. We saw last night Illinois BC has them as well. But for Fort Wayne, Trey McKinney-Jones getting things going. Sweet little between the legs pass to Julian Mavunga, who early on is getting it going from the 3-point line.
There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come.
It's right in front of you. Bleu de Chanel, le parfum.
Whatever your mountain is, conquer it with the new 2019 Sorento with standard 7-passenger seating.
our next WNBA game of the week is Tuesday, and it's a matchup between teams that begin with L but are looking for a W. It's the Liberty and the Lynx at Target Center in Minneapolis, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on ESPN2 and streaming live on the ESPN app. There is Trey McKinney-Jones, one of the standouts for the 6-seed Fort Wayne champs here at TBT. And Jen, you had the opportunity to chat with him before this game.
I did indeed, Chris. And you know, he is knocking on the door of an NBA roster. He was with the Miami Heat last year in Summer League, just wrapped up Summer League with the Spurs this year. Had a really good showing. Felt like it went well. Right now, though, his full attention is focused on this TBT tournament. He was injured and couldn't play in it last year. If you think he's got hots tonight, well, maybe he should. He's got some deep family athletic roots. His uncle Mark Jones played for the Magic, and his Aunt Esther won gold at the Olympics in Barcelona in '92 in the 4x100 meter relay.
That's awesome, Jen. Thank you very much. And I did notice that about Trey McKinney-Jones last night, the elevation he really got on his jump shot en route to a 26-point performance.
Now, when you see him go into his pull-up jumper, he really elevates. He gets off the floor. You see Julian Mavunga, nice little pass there between the legs.
He nutmegged
Anthony Kent. That's one you got to have.
Here's the high-flying Terrence Wilson with the white headband. He threw down some thunderous dunks last night for Illinois BC. Cordell James rolls it out to Devin Carter. Rainbow shot.
Man, he's got some serious arc on that thing, but you think of a shot like that and you think of Steph Curry. You give your ball such a better chance of going in the rim when you get arc on it. Really up there for Devin Carter.
Trey McKinney-Jones, 20-footer.
Really a quiet first quarter for Trey McKinney-Jones. He is not. That's his first field goal attempt last night. Such a presence.
There he is.
Devin Carter again.
Oh boy, that came off his hand wrong.
Nothing but air.
Devin Carter had knocked down 2 3-point field goals, and that was a heat check.
Hey fellas, we gotta play
Yikes.
down here more, inside the 3 a little bit. We out too far.
Interesting note from
Hey, shooter team.
Ricardo Hill, the
Shooter
head
team.
coach for Illinois BC.
Not right there, though.
Fort Wayne
Spot
can
up.
match
Spot
Illinois
up.
BC in a size perspective, but Hill still wants the ball worked inside when the team in black
Hey,
is
watch,
on
watch the
offense.
flash screen, all right?
Corey
Watch the
Henderson
flash screen.
Jr.
Watch the
idling
flash
right now.
screen.
There is maybe a
Watch
half-second
flash
difference
screen.
between
You
the
good,
shot
you
clock
good.
and the game
Help
clock right
side,
now.
Chad. Good. No,
Cautious
Chad.
lob
Stay
to
on.
Mavunga.
Good D, fellas.
Double
Good D.
teamed.
Good D.
Trey McKinney-Jones
He's out of bounds.
into the backcourt. That shot will not count. It is a shot clock violation, and with 1/3 of a second left on the first quarter clock, Illinois BC will throw it in.
Well, that was a phenomenal defensive effort there by Illinois BC. They brought a post trap and really discombobulated the Fort Wayne offense. Nothing doing. Trey McKinney-Jones went up to shoot that, and the size of Chad Posthumous made him pass it out, forcing a shot clock violation. They're going to put 1.2 seconds back on the clock.
Let's get it. Go, Chad. Go, Chad.
Have an opportunity to get a shot up here.
Go. Ain't gonna play. Here he is. Hit that. Hit that. Hit that.
Didn't miss by much, but it still missed. And we've got a close game 1 quarter in between Illinois BC and the Fort Wayne champs. It's a 6-14 second round matchup, and the winner tries to advance to the Super 16 in Atlanta. This is TBT on ESPN.
When out with friends, you could tell the truth or a better version of it. Just ask Dos Equis, the beer Mexico's astronauts left on the moon.
Yep, still there.
Aged for 400 years deep within Mount Cerveza. And the only beer to escape Alcatraz and survive. Maybe that's why we're the one beer on draft in Dan Marino's Dan Cave. Woo! Dos Equis, keep it interessante.
Whatever your mountain is, conquer it with the new 2019 Sorento with available fully active all-wheel drive.
This week, our Sunday night baseball game presented by Taco Bell is the Subway Series finale between the Mets and the Yankees. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern on ESPN with baseball tonight's Sunday night countdown, and it's also streaming live on the ESPN app. Yankees hit a ton of home runs last year and this year, but here's a look at the Super 16 bracket, which is almost entirely fleshed out now. Just one spot up for grabs in the Northeast region. It will fill that spot up at the top to take on Armored Athlete, the 4 seed. Boeheim's Army, the 1 seed, is being tested by the 8 seed Team Fancy up in Brooklyn. Boeheim's Army down by 4 points. Robbie, as you mentioned, the 2 seed is already done in the Northeast region, so that would really shake things up if the 1 seed went down as well. Here's a look at the bottom end of the bracket. Again, the only spot eligible or up for grabs will be occupied by either 14 seed Illinois BC or 6 seed Fort Wayne. The matchup going on right now as we get ready to start the second quarter. Fort Wayne champs stronger than you think. Well, it was a strong performance for Fort Wayne in their opening round win last night over the region. A team composed of players from Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Fort Wayne scored over 90 points in that game, 93 to be exact. Ran the ball very well up and down the floor, hit their 3-point shots. 55 combined points from Steph Hicks and Trey McKinney-Jones in that game.
Terrence Wilson has been a little quiet. Have to think he's going to look to get involved last night. A lot of it was in transition, but knocked down a few threes as well. However, that dude, Jordan Price, can get hot and hurt. You have to locate him at all times. I know you're going to post touch. You're really concerned about big dog Isaiah Johnson, but you got to know where Jordan Price is on the 3-point line.
Bad pass to Hicks. Jalon Hornbeek down Main Street, left hand. He draws the foul.
And it's just one of those fouls you just don't have to take. If you're Isaiah Johnson, you're making anyone that comes into the paint just score over the top of you. You know, you don't got to go down and hack it. I know you're going for that block shot, but just get big, wall up, make him score a tough layup right over the top.
Thunk for Jalon Hornbeek. Native of Long Beach, California. He played for 2 seasons at Monmouth from 2015 to 2017. He's 24 years old. 1 for 2. Illinois BC with the basketball. Jordan Price had a 39-point performance last night. A slow start today. He's got the ball now, but has made his last 2 field goals. He has 6 points today. Hard to say, Robbie, if you could pinpoint a top performer in the Midwest region so far, as Arrington is stripped.
There's been so many good ones. I think Jordan Price last night was tremendous. Jared Solinger this morning was big time.
28 and 20
in a win against the Texas Tech alumni team, the Matadors. Picking one would be really tough. There's been a lot of good ones.
Here's Terrence Wilson, who's had some highlight reel plays, hangs in the air and overshoots it. Steph Hicks leaks out. Stripped by Jordan Price. A clean block. It's out of play and stays with Fort Wayne.
Well, if you're Illinois BC and you see Terrence Wilson go to the rim, some other guard has to get back. The hands there from Jordan Price. He got all ball there. Did a nice job defending Steph Hicks.
Hicks plays a lot bigger than his size, that's for sure. He is 6'6". Had a strong season for the Fort Wayne Mad Ants in the G League last year. Off the top of the backboard, Kent saves it for Fort Wayne. Here comes Tradeon Hollins, a little wiggle.
Nice transition defense there. Illinois BC getting back and stopping dribble penetration.
Corey Henderson Jr. makes a move and misses. Rebound out to Arrington. He's got Price on the wing. Euro step and 1.
That is now twice that we've seen Brent Arrington get it going in transition. Loves the in and out, loves to change his pace. There you see the in and out. Euro step, nice move, draws contact, and the foul. He's been so good in transition both last night and now today. He's a tough guard, knows how to play. 1,000-point scorer in his career at Morehead State. Had 13 points last night. Just a guy that you want on your team.
And Brent Arrington, a guy with some G League experience with the Greensboro Swarm, a self-described student of the game, but he cannot complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
You know, I do not envy anybody that has to block Isaiah Johnson out on a free throw. That is a terrifying prospect with his size, especially Anthony Kent, really a long, lean center. Going to have his hands full all night when he has to block out a guy like Isaiah Johnson.
Contrasting styles of big men at play there. A wild shot by Anthony Kent.
Open it back, fellas.
Hicks. Back to Kent.
Switch back, switch. Come on, Mo.
From the shoulder. A whistle.
Come on, Mo.
Off the ball.
Yeah, Devin.
And it goes against Illinois BC.
Good job, Devin.
Really enjoy Ricardo Hill's coaching. I just think from hearing him mic'd up, he is such a positive influence on this Illinois BC team.
Good box out.
Well, we saw it last night, Robbie. Illinois BC throttled the 3 seed Hilton Magic Legends, and the game, looking back on it now, was over at halftime.
It was a dominating performance, and really have to give credit to Illinois BC.
Go to the right.
I know it was tough for Hilton Magic with the guys they were missing, but still, you got to think with the talent they have, they could get maybe a better effort than that. But Illinois BC handling business.
But you never would have been able to tell it was such a lopsided game as Kent with the finish and the foul, based on the way Ricardo Hill kept coaching his team.
No, he did keep it going all the way to the finish. A mental error right there by Isaiah Johnson. You save the ball on the side of your own basket, you put your defense at a complete disadvantage and give Anthony Kent a wide open opportunity now for a three-point play.
Hey, time out. 30.
Ricardo Hill wants a 30-second timeout.
30.
Fort Wayne and Illinois BC back and forth we go, 26-24. Back for more from Columbus next.
There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to
It's right in front of you. Bleu de Chanel, le parfum.
The all-new Ram 1500, delivering 2,300 pounds of max payload and 12,750 pounds of towing. It's the most capable Ram 1500 ever, and why more people are switching to Ram than ever before.
Steph Hicks trying to lead the Fort Wayne champs into the Super 16, but Illinois BC, don't let that 14 seed fool you. Led by their head coach, Ricardo Hill. They're trying to pull off another upset here in the second round.
Take it. Bang, hit that.
Right on cue, coach.
Shooter. Go under. Stay yours. Hey! Come on, fellas. Hey, that's good D. We got to finish it off. Rebound down here. Shooter. Rebound down here. Rebound. There it is. Good. Stay in there, Chet. Challenge him. Good D. Where you going? Hey, hot. Nice. Come on, cook.
Ricardo Hill is actually a former Division II head coach at Ashland University here in Ohio. For the last 6 years, he's been a head coach at Walnut Hills High in Cincinnati, and he actually coached Isaiah Johnson, who went to his former coach and said, hey, would you have any interest in coaching Illinois BC, our TBT team? And this is a team that especially if they get through today, could have some momentum going into the Sweet 16 or the Super 16.
Well, you can tell he has experience as a head coach at the collegiate level just because of the way that he talks to his players. He's a great communicator. He really steps these guys gets them in the right position. Just an impressive coach for this Illinois BC team.
That's Anthony Kent again for the Fort Wayne Champs. One thing that's fun about seeing both of these teams now for a second day in a row is that you're starting to see other guys factor in who maybe necessarily didn't have big nights in the first round. Maurice Briggs has hit a couple of big long-range shots for Illinois BC, and Anthony Kent was really a non-factor last night for Fort Wayne. Marcus Lewis, short. Julian Mavunga can handle the basketball despite his size. Here's Kent one more time. McKinney Jones all alone. True.
Cannot leave a player like Trey McKinney Jones. It's just you're giving him too much space on a three-point line that feels short to him because he plays in the D-League, used to that NBA line. Give a good shooter that kind of time from that distance. He is going to knock that down and make you pay.
What a rebound by Posthumus.
Oh, boy.
Some whips, too.
Wow.
Lewis with a burst. Couldn't quite get the and one.
Whenever you see Marcus Lewis heading to the rim like that, you think you might get put on a poster. Trey McKinney Jones, a guy that's played in the G League. This line feeling like a layup. Good things going right now for Fort Wayne.
Gentlemen, I have just received word. The Louisiana Purchase is complete.
Instant purchase notifications from Capital One. Technology this helpful could make history.
What's in your wallet?
Is this AT&T Innovations?
Yeah, wow. This must be for one of our new unlimited wireless plans. Comes with a ton of entertainment options.
Great. Can you sign for this?
Yeah.
Hey, what's in that one? That's a shark.
New and only with AT&T, you can get unlimited data, 30+ channels of live TV, and your choice of things like HBO or Pandora Premium. More for your thing. That's our thing. Visit att.com.
Close game between Fort Wayne and Illinois BC. These two teams are trying to catch a spot in the Super 16. And Robbie, we just had the chance to listen into Fort Wayne's huddle, and there was some basketball terminology being exchanged. Can you fill me in?
Well, no, yeah, we heard Coach Tyler Marsh say they're gonna run a play they call floppy punch. Floppy code name for double pin downs in an NBA setting, and punch being the code name to say we're gonna throw it inside. Expect this basketball to go right to Julian Mavunga. I thought really the Fort Wayne Champs did a nice job of communicating about a double team that occurred early in the first quarter. They are prepared to see that again. We'll see, can they execute coming out of this timeout?
Tyler Marsh is the head coach for the Fort Wayne Champs. The general manager, Garrett Martz, used to work in marketing for the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, the G League team in Fort Wayne, second largest city in Indiana, by the way. And so he was really the brain trust behind putting this Fort Wayne TBT team together, composed mainly of G League players with the Mad Ants. Alley-oop
to perfection.
Anthony Walker.
You saw the pin down, the double team came, they were prepared for it. Anthony Walker did a great job of diving right to the rim.
Oh, man. You got a double, they ain't heard this like this. That's all right, help.
Arrington made his man fall.
Wow.
And that one rolls around the world and in.
That looked a little bit like Michael Jordan on Brian Russell. A little push off there. Smooth move, smooth operator, Brent Arrington.
Only a foul if it gets called.
That's true.
Interception. And then the spin by Arrington. Blows by Hollins, but blocked the rim by Mavunga. Briggs on the recycle. Lewis, third try. Fouled.
Right now, Illinois BC is really playing hard, and you'll love their effort. I love the fact they're in the passing lanes, opportunistic, letting their defense create some offense.
Hey, Jordan, y'all keep running it, man. If y'all keep running it, what's going to happen? You keep getting in lane, his man got to help, and then you catch. All right? Just keep running. Take advantage of it.
Mavunga took a hard fall.
That's a bad foul. You just cannot do that 94 feet from the other basket.
Hey, free throw good, right?
We talked about the huddle. It was floppy punch. Get the ball into Julian Mavunga. Look at Anthony Walker doing what he's supposed to do, going right to that rim. Thought it was great that Julian just talked about in the huddle. Hey, last time we ran this play, they brought a post trap. Who was it from? Anthony Walker spoke up, said it was my man, dives right to the rim, find him for an alley-oop. Good basketball being played right now by both teams.
Our next WNBA game of the week is Tuesday, and it's a matchup between teams that begin with L but are looking for a W. It's the Liberty and the Lynx Target Center in Minneapolis. Tip-off 8 Eastern, 7 Central on ESPN2 and streaming live on the ESPN app. One more for Julian Mavunga, well short, batted out to Walker, who saves it for Fort Wayne.
BC has had some issues on the glass. They just haven't done a good job of checking out and finishing defensive possessions.
Fort Wayne nearly dialed up another alley-oop to Anthony Walker there, the high-flying 6'9" power forward from San Antonio. This has been a close game all first half. Largest lead belongs to Fort Wayne. It was 6 points midway through the first quarter. Arrington dangles, but left it short. And it stays with Illinois BC.
That's one that Brent Arrington has to hand off to Isaiah Johnson. You have committed the shot blocker to you. I love the dribble handoff. I love that you're going downhill, but you can drop that off to Isaiah Johnson. Get him an easy bucket.
Price in isolation, 4 to shoot, NBA range, saved by Briggs. He's stripped underneath. Price cleans it up, doesn't get the and one, but he goes to the line.
Maurice Briggs really didn't have much of a game last night. Hardly remember calling his name, but today been such a factor early on with the three-point shots. Here with the offensive rebounds. But how about Jordan Price? Always opportunistic around the ball. That dude, I was talking to Jay Simpson before the game, former Purdue player, and he said that's what Jordan does, man. He shoots every time, but that's what he's good at, so he should. And he is just an active guard. One of those guys that just has the knack.
Play to your strength.
Yeah, absolutely.
7 points for Price tonight. Make it 8. He was a 1,600-point scorer at LaSalle. Former Mr. Basketball player in Tennessee. He was just a sophomore in high at the time.
Well, also a former top 100 recruit. Ended up going to Auburn. Things didn't work out and transferred back to LaSalle. Certainly a guy that has a lot of talent.
So Price is from the South, and you might be wondering why he's on a team named Illinois BC. Well, he went to McCallie Prep in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where he was teammates with Cordell James, who's the general manager for Illinois BC.
Stop backing up so much. Attack him. Move it.
Lewis nearly had it stolen away. Price saves it on the sideline. 5 to shoot. Price penetrates. Arrington has to get it away. He does. Price again with an offensive rebound. Right hand. Around and out. Finally, Fort Wayne comes down with it. Here's a 2-on-1. Not quite the big moment alley-oop, but Fort Wayne will take the 2 points any way they can get it.
I'm a little surprised that Ricardo Hill was encouraging Marcus Lewis to take Travis Leslie. Leslie, a very good athlete and a very good defender. We saw him pick his pocket.
8 seconds.
Gotta make that pass.
Lewis misses. Hornbeek's got it. No time to get the shot away. And Fort Wayne, with a strong finish to the second quarter, takes a 2-point cushion into the locker room at halftime. But Robbie, this is anyone's game.
Anyone's game. Both teams playing hard. Both teams have had their moments of playing very good basketball. Have to think in the second half it's going to be a story of the stars. Haven't heard much from Steph Hicks. Jordan Price had a quiet first half considering what he did last night. Should be a great second half of basketball.
Fort Wayne and Illinois BC. The winner moves on to the Super 16. Yeah, they're dancing here in Columbus. Got a good matchup on our hands, that's for sure. Here is Fort Wayne head coach Tyler Marsh, who's standing by with Jen.
Thanks, Chris, indeed. All right. Coach, this has been a close one. Back and forth, been trading punches all night. Where can you have an advantage in this second half?
I think our versatility. We feel like we have a matchup with Steph Hicks playing that 4 spot. And we got some athletic guys. We just want to get out and we want to dictate the tempo. I thought there were some lulls in there in the first half. We kind of let them dictate the pace. We want to get back to that.
Hicks is the only player in double digits for either team. Where is he finding his advantage?
Oh, that's what Steph does. He fits in wherever he can. Offensive boards, gets to the line, he can knock down shots, but that's the kind of team we have. Everybody just willing to put in their effort and do what they can for this team.
Trey McKinney-Jones, is there a way to get him going more next half?
Trey's the kind of guy that feeds off of other people. He does nothing that you necessarily have to run for him, but we're trying to find him some spots where he can get his stuff going today.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Chris?
A fun first half, Jen. Thank you very much. And that certainly bodes for an exciting second half as well. Fort Wayne and Illinois BC. Which team is one half away from moving on to the Super 16 of TBT 2018? One half of play left in Columbus before the Super 16 field is set. The Fort Wayne champs and Illinois BC are only separated by 2 points going into the third quarter here at Capital University. Hello again, everybody. He's Robbie. I'm Chris. Yes, this is a close game, and even though it's a 6 seed versus a 14 seed, we really expected this to be a tight matchup.
No, we really did. From the way that Illinois BC handled the Hilton Magic Legends last night, this is no surprise. The Fort Wayne champs, in their own right, a very good team, both very well-coached teams out here on the floor. It's been a great game so far. Should be a good one going forward.
A strong tournament continues for Fort Wayne's Steph Hicks.
Well, yeah, Steph Hicks, I said going into halftime that I thought he had been quiet, but you look at the stat sheet, and he ends up with 12 points. I think it's last night. So active, able to go for a monster game, but he's been active as well on the glass. You see the tip-ins there, playing patty cake, such a quick second leaper, then being opportunistic on the inbounds play, showing off his ability to drive the ball, really getting to that rim. Had a nice game so far here today. On the flip side of things, Maurice Briggs has been the story for Illinois BC. We didn't mention his name much last night, but today he's got things going from the perimeter and had the nice finish on the dish from the big fella, the big dog, Isaiah Johnson. Look for him to stay aggressive in the second half. Have to think going forward, a guy like Jordan Price, only 8 points, 2 of 9 shooting. They're going to look to get him going for Illinois BC.
So this one's wide open as we start the third quarter. 4 9-minute quarters, and it's never too early to look ahead to the Elam ending when we'll set a target score. Fadeaway for Travis Leslie starts the scoring in the third quarter, and turn off the game clock when we get under 4 minutes to play in the fourth.
Come on, go, Mo! Come on, Mo!
So they were trying to go high-low there. Maurice Briggs forgetting to flash back into the paint. Still get it to the big fella for an easy 2-point bucket.
His nickname is Big Dog. He's 6 feet 11 inches tall. He's got a 7'2" wingspan. 300-pounder, too. Foul drawn. The ball handler was Tradeon Hollins. There are 4 Fort Wayne Mad Ants alumni on this Fort Wayne Champs team. Hollins is one of them. Mad Ants have to have one of the coolest G League names. Of course, Fort Wayne is named after General Mad Anthony Wayne, the Revolutionary War general. So Mad Ants, it's a truncation of Anthony.
Studying up on your history there, Chris.
Yeah, it was my favorite subject in school.
Come on.
Don't ask me to do quick math, though. Brent Arrington, that was quick and easy. Mavunga after the tip. Leslie again, another fadeaway from the opposite side of the floor that time. Hollins nearly sailed in and ruined the box out attempt by Illinois BC, and then Arrington draws the foul.
Incredibly fortunate. You heard Ricardo Hill screaming to box out. It's been a story all game. Illinois BC has to find their man. Fort Wayne champs doing a nice job. Really have some athletes. They are coming on the offensive boards.
And that play was like Sour Patch Kids for Illinois BC. Sour than sweet.
So true.
Kick out. Arrington lines it up. And it rattles in.
You know what? Good things happen when you get a post touch. And Isaiah Johnson, a very willing passer. Willing to read the defense, find the open man. Gets it to his point guard who lines one up and knocks it down. That's how you got to see it going for Fort Wayne. Trey McKinney-Jones has to really be an offensive threat. We saw last night when he's aggressive, he can be a force scoring the ball. But today, just 2 of 2 from the field, 5 points. He has to have more than just 2 looks. With 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Johnson steps out on Mavunga that time. After Mavunga hit a couple of shots over Johnson, that time he gets the offensive tip in.
There's that matchup that we talked about in the first half. Isaiah Johnson going to have a hard time containing Julian Mavunga's dribble penetration.
And we'll see how Mavunga handles Johnson in the low post on the other end for Illinois BC.
I would think it's going to be cross screen again. Watch Maurice Briggs flash into the high post. They're going to try to high-low.
Price keeps it and jacks it. That was a great call by you. You were like you're in the huddle there.
You can see it coming. They need to force feed him because Julian Mavunga is more of a guard slash forward. He's got good size at 6'8", but he's definitely not a center.
14.
Flip the matchup on him.
14 points now for Steph Hicks. Here's Marcus Lewis, the 2014 college slam dunk king. A couple high-flying jams last night. In the middle, Briggs, dish down low. Arrington swallowed up, steps out, fades away, and draws the foul.
Maurice Briggs, he's got to shoot that. And I'm sure Ricardo Hill is going to tell him right now. Cross screen, got to flash back. And we see a nice rebound there by Brent Arrington. And silly foul there by Fort Wayne champs.
No sweeter sound in the game than that. Brent Arrington has shot the ball 10 times tonight for Illinois BC. Again, it's a different cast of characters by and large leading the charge for Illinois BC in this second round game. We profiled Maurice Briggs at halftime. Brent Arrington has had a darn good game as well. Give him 14.
Well, last night it was Terrence Wilson and Jordan Price. Tonight, Brent Arrington, Maurice Briggs. Very deep team here for Illinois BC.
Mavunga around Johnson and one.
Well, I love the fact that Fort Wayne clears the side out and plays pick and roll with Julian Mavunga and Trey McKinney-Jones. You see, there's that closeout. Isaiah Johnson going to have a hard time containing the dribble penetration of Julian Mavunga and get some contact in the nice right-hand finish.
Mavunga's younger sister, Steph, was an all-Big Ten player at Ohio State. Similar game to Julian, in fact. Post player who could really run.
Very good basketball family from Brownsburg, Indiana. Julian won a state championship with Gordon Hayward.
What a team that was. Wow. Price to Postumus through his hands and out of bounds. You agree with Coach there?
On the foul? There's certainly some contact there, but I think they've been consistent. That hasn't been a foul in this game, so I'm okay with letting them be physical and play on.
Fort Wayne has answered Illinois BC's charge in the third quarter. Illinois BC was up. Trey McKinney-Jones wanted a foul there.
I thought that was a foul.
Look at the hand interference by Jalon Hornby to Hicks. Oh. No bucket, but a foul. That was a smooth move by Jalon Hornbeek on the pick.
You see the quick hands there. Jalon Hornbeek just reaching back. Look what I found. Nice pass to Stephon Hicks, and I'm not sure where the foul was there. Jordan Price coming in, but straight up. Steph Hicks going to go to the line.
And you better believe that Ricardo Hill has pointed out that inconsistency to the officiating crew. There's Tyler Marsh, much calmer on the Fort Wayne side of the floor. Leslie bats that one out of play. Illinois BC basketball.
They have been so lucky on multiple rebounds tonight where there's just been blown assignments on blockouts. Right there again. Just fortunate that Fort Wayne bats that ball out of bounds.
Come on, Illinois. Man, he went vertical on that. You gotta tell you.
Heard him say he went vertical on that.
Come on.
I agree with him.
Arrington rolls it off his foot. Briggs keeps it in the half court. Posthumous mid-post on Mavunga, left hand.
That's a great take. Just got to finish there. Put Julian Mavunga in the weight room.
Hornbeak left alone.
Things starting to kind of feel like they're unraveling for Illinois BC here. They've missed some easy jumpers and also some stuff in the paint, but man, you just got to stay consistently in your offense.
Illinois BC is trying to keep the Fort Wayne champs in eyesight and challenge for a spot in the Super 16.
Capital One and Hotels.com are giving venture card holders 10 miles on every dollar they spend at thousands of hotels.
I have the chills.
Because of all those miles.
And because ice is cold.
What's in your wallet?
Is this AT&T Innovations?
Yeah, wow. This must be for one of our new unlimited wireless plans. Comes with a ton of entertainment options.
Great. Can you sign for this?
Yeah.
Hey, what's in that one? That's a shark.
New and only with AT&T, you can get unlimited data, 30+ channels of live TV, and your choice of things like HBO or Amazon Music. More for your thing. That's our thing. Visit att.com.
(55-47), Fort Wayne is enjoying its largest lead of the ball game over Illinois BC with a spot in the TBT Super 16 on the line. And Fort Wayne has done a really good job running its stuff, and Illinois BC hasn't really been able to keep up so far.
Well, to me, Illinois BC has fallen in love with the dribble, and they have missed some easy shots. We just saw Chad Posthumous miss an easy jump hook, but even with that being said, that's the first time that we've really seen a ball reversal. I like the play coming out, get Devin Carter a three, just unable to knock it down.
And Mavunga turns it over. Numbers for Illinois BC. Briggs himself gets the finger roll.
But such a smart play by Chad Posthumous of just getting in Steph Hicks' way, not allowing him to come over, use his athleticism, and block Maurice Briggs' shot.
Hicks has it now. Gets Briggs to leave his feet. Can't finish.
A lot of contact there.
Arrington wiggles his way in the lane, leaves his feet again. He's done that a couple of times, and Illinois BC catches a break there. Under 4 to go in the third quarter. Illinois BC has shaved a little bit off Fort Wayne's lead, but still work to do in the third quarter in Columbus.
Rosie?
Hey. Okay, so the 10 doesn't have the fastest download speeds.
Well, no, but it is faster than the iPhone 8.
But the download speeds aren't faster than the Galaxy S9. But I thought it was the smartphone of the future.
Look,
So, Mobile One annual protection protects for 20,000 miles?
Yes, it's been proven.
Yeah, and it works in any vehicle?
Yes.
That's awesome.
And so are you. No, seriously, I think you're a good person. I respect you. You're my best friend. I want to hang out more. I'm sorry.
20,000 miles between oil changes guaranteed. Mobile One annual protection. Available at these locations.
This week, our Sunday night baseball game presented by Taco Bell is the Subway Series finale between the Mets and the Yankees. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern on ESPN with Baseball Tonight, Sunday Night Countdown, and it's also streaming live on the ESPN app. Back in Columbus, it's Illinois BC versus the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. the Fort Wayne Champs, beg your pardon, that's the minor league team. In TBT, fans of the winning team get a 10% share of the winning team's $2 million prize. So if you think you know who's going to win TBT this year, go to thetournament.com, register as a fan, support the team you think is going to win, and start earning points. The current top fan for Illinois BC is Jamie A., while the top fan for the Fort Wayne Champs is Jerica R. If their team goes on to win TBT this year, they would win $40,000. So a 6-point lead for the Fort Wayne Champs, who have looked pretty good here in the third quarter, Robbie.
Well, just playing a nice brand of basketball, and they've been able to push their lead out. Been very good defensively. Right there, falling asleep.
Mavunga has had a good game for Fort Wayne. That was his 7th rebound.
Oh, boy.
Hicks just couldn't quite put the finishing touches on that alley-oop slam. Briggs all alone. He can fire from that range. Mavunga reaches in for the rebound. Leslie hooks it to Hicks. Couple of chances missed.
Yeah, both teams with missed opportunities here.
Too many. No, relax, get a good shot.
Here's Terrence Wilson. He's been quiet today for Illinois BC. Briggs hasn't. Bit of a size disadvantage there. Briggs turned the wrong way, finds Posthumus underneath, and fancy footwork completes the reverse.
Great pass, big to big. Maurice Briggs feeling that post trap coming. Chad Posthumus with the nice hands and the reverse layup.
Illinois BC has quietly come back.
Now they've done a nice job of responding, and I like the fact that they're switching this ball screen now. You got to be more aware of that. If you're going to switch, you cannot give up a nearly uncontested 3. I like the fact you're doing it. You're taking away Julian Mavunga's pick and pop game against the bigger player in Chad Posthumus, but you got to have some awareness.
This is the final game in Columbus of the Midwest Regional. There's been a lot of basketball here over the last 48 hours. The rim is looking a little loose.
Yeah, we'll definitely get in the roll. And here we see it's been a theme all weekend long. When you leave your feet, you are getting yourself in trouble. Brent Arrington going to take a seat, just a little bit out of control.
We ain't getting anything out of horns. We can't run it. We ain't getting anything out of it.
Lead back to 7 for Fort Wayne. Their largest lead is 8. Illinois BC has not led since the second quarter.
Like you got a couple little layups.
Hornbeak to Anthony Kent. McKinney Jones generates space. Short.
Could have numbers there. Good job by Trey McKinney Jones getting back into play.
Come on, Cornell.
Price was trapped. He gets it to Posthumus. He feeds Wilson. Little floater. Hicks snares it.
Anthony Kent's length really coming into play there. You could tell Terrence Wilson was thinking about him as a shot blocker.
That looked like money for Hornbeak, but it was a tad strong.
This is going up. He is looking to score.
And Hornbeak knew it.
That is a good foul.
Here comes Corey Henderson Jr. off the Fort Wayne bench for Travis Leslie. Jordan Price, JP, as he's known, heads over to the sideline to throw it in.
Go, Cornell. Good, you got it. Don't force it. Don't force it.
Looking to the post.
Flash.
Posthumus on Kent. Right-hand jump hook.
Really nice job at using his elbow, though, as leverage. You see right there, he spins off Anthony Kent, has him right where he wants him. Nice job of using his physicality.
Hornbeak off the window. We saw this both times at the start of the first quarter and at the start of the third quarter after halftime. Julian Mavunga for Fort Wayne. What a move by Price. Was able to find some breathing room off Illinois BC's big Isaiah Johnson. Chad Posthumus, a much more favorable matchup in the big position for Illinois BC. Offensive rebound, Kent. He flips it back up and it drops.
Anthony Kent just doing a good job of playing hard right there. Wanted that basketball a little bit more than the Illinois BC players. And he gets rewarded with 2 points.
Get that rock, team. Come on, team. Come on, team.
Posthumus rolls to the basket, but Price was double teamed. He brings it back out. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. The shot clock is still on. Posthumus fouled. He's become a big part of Illinois BC's second half game plan.
They're really trying to play inside out, and they're throwing that ball inside and seeing if they can get some cutters, get an easy layup. But Chad Posthumus on the last possession did a great job of just going and scoring that ball.
Hey, step, T's last, T last, T last. Cordell, hit T, Cordell, hit. Let's go.
Cordell is the inbounder.
Good, there it is.
He finds Posthumus, who's stripped by Kent. Ball is loose. James has it.
There he is.
12 seconds left.
My bad. Watch out. Move. Stay low, stay low.
Watch Carter on the wing. He can shoot.
This. That's a foul. He flopping, man. He flopping.
Offensive foul.
Come on, get your man.
With 3/10 of a second left.
Jordan Price saying he's grabbing his arm. But you see that arm extend, easy for the official to see that, and that's why Trey McKinney-Jones gets the call.
Fort Wayne has some padding, 7 points over Illinois BC, but Fort Wayne certainly will have to protect its lead as Illinois BC is not going anywhere. 1 quarter away from rounding out the Super 16, heading to Atlanta from the Midwest.
Can I still use these headphones with the 10?
Yeah, but you'll need an adapter, or as most people like to call it, a dongle.
A what?
A dongle.
A dongle?
Yeah, a dongle. It comes in the box.
But what if I just need to charge at the same time?
Then you're gonna need another type of dongle.
Like a double dongle?
Yeah, double dongle, I guess.
That sounds explicit.
Nobody drinks till this guy sweats.
Degree Advanced Protection works up to 100 degrees, but be careful, it won't let you down.
Start of the fourth quarter. Here's a look at the Super 16 bracket. Boeheim's Army in the Northeast Regional was challenged by Team Fancy, but Boeheim's Army won in typical Syracuse fashion, 60-55, a low-scoring game. They get the 4-seed Armored Athlete in Atlanta. And so there's half of the Super 16 field, and there's 1 spot remaining coming out of the Midwest. The winner of this game, the Fort Wayne champs and Illinois BC, moves on to take on Team Fredette. Team Fredette's namesake, Jimmer Fredette, had 30 points in Team Fredette's second-round win today. And there's the Scarlet in gray at the top of the bracket, Robbie, but they might not have Jared Sullinger in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's going to be a very fluid situation after seeing that they didn't have B.J. Mullins today either. All of a sudden now, what looked like they had superior depth could be potentially a weakness for them. Now, they are going to have Greg Oden next weekend, but you always wonder how much can he play. Wow, that is so fortunate for Illinois BC.
How many times have you said that in this half?
I know, and that's enough. But Brent Arrington, man, you've gotten the shot blocker to commit. He is coming over to block your shot. Your big fella is ready and waiting. Hands right there, just drop it off to him. And you're right, we keep saying Illinois BC is so lucky. They've been so fortunate on multiple rebounds and right there on that pass.
Of course, they're down in this game, but is the Cinderella storyline on Illinois BC's side.
Julian Mavunga likes this matchup. I think you have to bring a post trap. Cannot let him just back his way down to the rim.
He kicks out to the open man, Jalon Hornbeek. Splash.
He has done such a good job of finding people when there's been a double team. And right there, they didn't bring it, but with the loose ball, there was 2 people committed to him. There he finds the shooter. Julian Mavunga continues his excellent play as a distributor.
Price through traffic.
Man, they are just neglecting Isaiah Johnson. I just don't understand. Got a pass to the open man.
Fort Wayne enjoys its largest lead of the night. Hornbeek just hit a long-range jumper. Kent tips it to Illinois BC. Arrington sprints ahead. Certainly was out of control there.
Certainly was, but to me, that's either got to be a block or a charge. It's one or the other.
Mavunga nearly got it stripped. Interesting matchup here. Mavunga on Lewis and a whistle.
Julian Mavunga is really having his way with this Illinois BC defense. It doesn't matter who gets switched on to him. Really been effective in that mid-post area.
14 points and 9 rebounds for Julian Mavunga in this game, and 4 helpers.
A very complete player.
He can
point
shoot.
Forward roll, and right there showing the range. And all of a sudden, this is pushed out to a 13-point game.
Give Mavunga 17 now for the 28-year-old. This Fort Wayne team has had some success at TBT before. They were semifinalists way back in 2015. And they advanced to the second round last year before falling to a 3-seed, always a Brave, 92-81. Looking to surpass that second round finish last year. Hollins finds
Good
Kent.
pass. Well, that's what Brent Arlington's got to do. That is exactly the same situation. If you're Tradeon Hollins, you're getting to the rim. You've gotten the committal from the big man. Drop it off.
Here's James. The Illinois BC GM.
Just a breakdown in communication there for Fort Wayne. No one stops the ball. One of the basic principles of defense.
And a foul called on Cordell James.
Love the fact that Cordell James is playing himself right now. You see Fort Wayne, Tradeon Hollins gets Isaiah Johnson to commit and just drops it right off for the easy bucket to Anthony Kent.
Knew right where he was. Still over 2 minutes away from the Elam ending. Bullet pass into the corner. Corey Henderson Jr. make it rain.
Julian Mavunga is having himself a night. That's a great look. Dribble penetration, right down the baseline and find the shooter in the corner.
He's had his hand in multiple facets of Fort Wayne's effort tonight.
Hey, line two. Line two.
Before that triple for Fort Wayne when it was still an 11-point game, you're not feeling like you're out of it then if you're Illinois BC with the Elam ending coming up. Certainly you want to shave some points off this deficit, but we've seen swings of fairly great magnitude even leading up to the Elam ending already at TBT.
Saw one in the last game. We saw Big X really trail and make a nice comeback.
Deep shot, short, rebound to Arlington. Tried to hook that pass, but Hollins was all over it. Up to Henderson. Swatted away by Arlington.
I don't think Anthony Kent didn't need to save that ball. I think that was going to be out on Illinois BC.
I think that's what the ref told him too. Illinois BC needs points.
And Jordan Price needs to make some shots. He has not been the same as last night. He's going to be the guy. If you see anybody on this Illinois BC squad that can bring him back, it'd be him from shooting threes.
Price is only 3 for 13 in the game tonight. And boy, Hornbeak and Hollins have been flying around, really giving Illinois BC problems with their quickness.
There you see getting on the floor. The hustle is there. Jordan Price unable to get to that loose ball.
Come on, Black. You got stops. You got to get stops here. Stops and good shots. Come on, B. Under B, good D.
What a play by Arlington, but he needs help. He tried to call a timeout, but he didn't have possession.
Timeout.
Illinois BC with the easy finish. How did that go?
Ricardo Hill fortunate that official did not grant the timeout, but big time hustle by both teams. Paying off there though for Illinois BC.
Illinois BC playing like a desperate team. They're down 12. Trying to catch the Fort Wayne champs and move on to the Super 16.
Can't leave the basketball. That's just a no-no at any level.
Foot was on the
pick
line.
and roll. You leave the ball, leave a man wide open. He's going to knock that down.
Briggs.
Just feel like Illinois BC has kind of gotten away in the second half from what they had success with.
Move, go get a bit. Move.
Which was?
Moving the basketball. And it's just settling for shots off of 0 and 1 pass.
But now they're running out of time.
They really, I mean, I hear you, but you just can't jack shots, especially like Maurice Briggs. He's a guy, to me, he needs rhythm jumpers. A jab, three-point shot off of 1 pass probably isn't what you want. You get some dribble penetration, get some movement. A lot of standing around right now.
So we're rapidly approaching Elam ending territory. At the first dead ball timeout, under 4 minutes, we'll turn off the game clock and set a target score. Fort Wayne enjoys a 14-point edge. Can Posthumus and Illinois BC chip away at it? Yes, after the carom off the rim. Double figures for him.
He's been solid. Solid last night. Giving him good minutes.
So just 1 tick under the 4-minute mark, and it's time for the Elam ending. Fort Wayne needs 7 points to punch its ticket to Atlanta. Does Illinois BC have some magic in them?
Rosie?
Hey. Okay, so the 10 doesn't have the fastest download speeds.
Well, no, but it is faster than the iPhone 8.
But the download speeds aren't faster than the Galaxy S9. But I thought it was the smartphone of the future.
Look,
How does new Dove Men Plus Care Stain Defense go beyond sweat protection?
Clean. Doesn't say my clothes.
I don't get the underarm pit stains.
Well, we couldn't have said it better ourselves. Try new Dove Men Plus Care Stain Defense for anti-stain and anti-mark protection.
Okay, it's time for the Elam ending. You should be familiar with this by now if you've been following TBT this year. If you're not, welcome aboard. Time play is now over because we're under 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. The target score has been set, equivalent to the leading team's total plus 7. So with the Fort Wayne champs ahead 75-63, the target score is 82. So forget about a game clock. We'll keep the shot clock active, but we are playing to a target score. First team to 82 wins.
So we both thought that Fort Wayne called timeout, but there was actually a foul called there before the timeout was called. So Julian Mavunga, it's really a worst case scenario for Illinois BC. You foul, stop the clock, set the score, then give them a free point.
We talked to Trey McKinney-Jones before the game about what he thought of the Elam ending, and Jen Hale helped discover this for us too, that people were telling the Fort Wayne champs that they handled the Elam ending about as well as any team has in TBT so far, and Fort Wayne was a perfect 3 for 3 on possessions, and boom, the game was over. But Devin Carter, who can make it rain, does just that for Illinois BC.
You hear Ricardo Hill saying just 2 stops. You get your bucket, get a stop, get another bucket, and you're right back in this game.
Communicate.
Mavunga has been Fort Wayne's MVP in this game.
Wow, the double clutch, so tough as a shooter when you kind of give that little hesitation. You want to shoot it, you don't, then you let it fly. Did not affect Julian Mavunga there, though.
Illinois BC has matched up pretty well against Trey McKinney-Jones and Steph Hicks, the 2 Fort Wayne standouts in their round 1 win. They have had no answer for Julian Mavunga, however.
Well, he's done it all. He's scored, he's found people, he's created, really an impressive performance.
3-point field goal would have won the game for Fort Wayne, but instead Jelon Hornbeek is fouled and goes to the line. this is not the right operative word to use, but time could be running out for Illinois BC.
But they've run into a Fort Wayne team that has great chemistry and has played extremely well this weekend. They have a lot of talent. They play well together. And Julian Mavunga didn't play great last night, but he has been great today.
You mentioned that a lot of these Fort Wayne Champs players have significant G League experience and Summer League experience in the NBA as well. And they like coming here because they can play freer. And, oh, by the way, there's a $2 million pot on the line if you win the whole thing. Illinois BC needs points. Fort Wayne is just 1 point away from moving on to the Super 16. Air ball.
No foul, no foul. Yours, Jeff.
Fort Wayne nearly threw it away.
Come on, come on.
Is this the possession that seals it? It would be fitting if Mavunga takes him home. Rebound to Illinois BC. Briggs, quick release. Kent the rebound.
Numbers.
Try it again for Fort Wayne. Hollins into the corner. Hornbeak.
Didn't want the two.
They need anything right now. Again, they do not need a three. They just need 1 point. Arrington draws the foul.
Well, Trey McKinney-Jones was there for about a year, and he was parked and set up. Brent Arrington stared him down and just ran him right over.
Outside of the restricted circle. Good charge taken by Trey McKinney-Jones. So is the third time the charm for Fort Wayne.
Someone needs to tell Jelon Hornbeak a two would do us well too. Got 2-on-1, you run to the corner, get a three-point shot up.
Hollins, it's official. The Fort Wayne Champs dispatch Illinois BC after a strong second half, and the Super 16 field is set. Fort Wayne moves on to take Team Fredette, Robbie, and that's going to be a great matchup in Atlanta.
That is going to be a great game. Team Fredette still trying to figure some things out. Fort Wayne Champs have a great chemistry, and they have some serious talent. And they might be a little bit undersized, Anthony Kent being their lone big man, but today we saw Julian Mavunga play a lot of five and really take advantage of his size, I guess, mismatch at the center position.
Jimmer Fredette was only 1 of 9 from long range today. He still scored 30 points, but this Fort Wayne Champs team has shooters to match them.
We see the game winner right here. Julian Mavunga again. Been the storyline. Gets to Anthony Kent, who finds Tradeon Hollins wide open in the corner, and that is your game time.
They should give Mavunga an assist for that.
Hockey assist.
Yeah. My thoughts exactly. Well, there go the Fort Wayne Champs. It's Mavunga who puts the plaque into the Super 16, and actually a pretty quiet celebration for this bunch. They know there's still work to do.
A team that didn't think they were going to get in until Team Rondo dropped out, and showing that, in fact, they are very deserving. Making some noise here going to the Sweet 16.
Monster game for Julian Mavunga in particular. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and
look at that,
a block.
1 turnover.
1 turnover.
And he handled, think about how much he handled the ball. Really an impressive performance by Mavunga.
Here's Julian with Jen.
Thanks, Chris. Julian, congratulations. It was a close first half, but you finally started to get some separation in the third quarter and just went from there. What created that?
I think that we just played well together. I think that we talked about basketball being a game of runs, and they made their run to come back in the first half, in the first quarter, and we just kept pushing. We kept pushing, and it's hard to get a group of guys together in a short space of time and play well together, but I think that we played well together as a team today.
And you had an incredible personal game. You led this team not only in points, but also in boards and in dropping dimes. How do you get such a complete game like that?
I think that I have a basketball trainer back at home. His name is Rob Blackwell. And he just, the way we work, he always teaches you playing basketball on all 3 levels. So on the perimeter, in the mid-post, and in the post. And, being able to pass the ball is a big part of the game. And, I give a lot of credit to him. But other than that, I just take pride in playing a versatile basketball game.
The Fort Wayne champs weren't in this until Team Rondo pulled out. Is it a little bit of a sweet revenge in a way to now be here winning 2 games, advancing to the next round?
Yes, it is, really. I think that, as a team that people may kind of overlook, we kind of play with a chip on our shoulder, and we hope to go ahead and play Team Fredette, who I played for last year, and get the win next week.
Isn't that an interesting twist? Will that be at all difficult for you in any way?
Not at all. I mean, basketball is a competitive sport. I mean, every sport is competitive, so I look forward to it. It'll be a challenge, and we're up for it.
What brought you to switch teams?
I don't know. I just bounce around. I'm a free agent. I mean, everyone's going to the Warriors, so why not go to somebody else?
I hear you. Well, best of luck and enjoy this. We look forward to seeing you in Atlanta next week.
Much. I appreciate it.
Chris.
All right, that's a great follow-up question, Jen. Thank you very much. And Robbie, good to see a great performance from Julian Mavunga. Very versatile, as he mentioned. And here's a look at the bracket now complete for the Super 16. A 1-4 matchup. There is a 15 seed in the Super 16. The Talladega Knights, who get a Golden Eagles Marquette alumni team in Atlanta. And then Ram Nation also looked really good in the early rounds. They get a 6-seed team, DRC. So Boeheim's Army took advantage of the 2 seed in the Northeast Regional going down, and maybe their path to the quarterfinal is shaping up pretty good. But on the other side, look at Scarlet and Gray. You called Scarlet and Gray as the team to beat in the Midwest Regional, and they certainly looked like it through their first 2 games here in Columbus.
Well, I just think you look at that Scarlet and Gray team and just go through their roster. You look at Aaron Kraft, John Diebler, David Lighty, William Buford, Jared Sullinger. They're going to add Greg Oden next weekend, probably lose Jared for the weekend. He'll be back if they can make it to the final weekend in the TBT. But, man, just the chemistry, the camaraderie, all those guys live in Columbus. They have such a deep, talented roster. Really liked what I saw from Scarlet and Gray here today.
Lots to like looking ahead to the Super 16 of TBT and reflecting back on the weekend now, Robbie, with the Midwest Regional complete in Columbus. What are your thoughts on the weekend?
Just a great weekend of basketball. I think that we had great crowds here in Columbus. It helps that Ohio State is so close, but really passionate fans about the game. We saw great teams battle it out, some really good upsets. Just a great weekend of basketball altogether.
A couple of questions for Scarlet and Gray, in particular, the 1 seed looking ahead to the Super 16. Will Jared Sullinger be around? There's rumors that he has a wedding to attend. Could Greg Oden come off the bench for Team Scarlet and Gray and help them run the floor? One thing's for certain, they will not have the crowd support that they did here in Columbus. That was one of the best parts about this weekend for me, was seeing how people showed up to this.
I just think the atmosphere for today's game against the Matadors for Scarlet and Gray was second to none. I mean, I would be shocked if there was a TBT region that had a better crowd than that game. It was loud. The fans were into the game. It was really cool to see. It felt like a college basketball atmosphere.
Scarlet and Gray gets a lot of love, as they should, but the 6th seed in this region, the Fort Wayne Champs, is a team to be reckoned with as well, and Jen Hale is standing by with Fort Wayne's head coach.
Yes, this is Tyler Marsh's first year, so congratulations to you. A tremendous showing here so far. Walk me through what this next week looks like for you and this team as you get ready to face Team Fredette in Atlanta next weekend.
Thank you. Well, all of our guys are kind of scattered out across the country, so we're just going to go home and kind of rest up a little bit, and then we'll get back together and time to put some things together for Atlanta.
So will you be doing any film studies, sending out notes?
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, we can watch these teams play from earlier today, and then our opponents for this weekend or next weekend rather, and it will be good to go.
Well, we are looking forward to watching. Congratulations on the win tonight, and we'll see you next weekend.
Thank you very much.
Chris, we'll send it back to you and Robbie.
Jen, thank you very much. Great job, a fantastic game, a fantastic weekend from Columbus. And we are out of time. We send you on to Atlanta and the Super 16 next weekend. So for Jen Hale, Robbie Hummel, and our producer, and our outstanding crew, my name is Chris Fosters. Jalen and Jacoby is next.